So in this short video, I'm going to be showing you how to arrange our autumn branches arrangement. I've got all the stems laid out in front of me, and here I'm going to be using our classic vase, which is about 30 centimetres tall. The neck opening is about 16 centimetres, and at the widest point it's 24 centimetres. It's just a really nice proportioned vase to be able to hold all of our stems. So yeah, just bear in mind that when you're choosing to create it. And I'm going to be starting out with our sweet gum branches because we want to get our height and our real kind of architectural structure in early on. And now with these, I like to tease out all of these side branches, and I even like to kind of give the main trunk like a bit of shape and a bit of a wiggle to it. And you can kind of move parts of it back and forward, just make it look as natural as possible. What you'll also notice about these stems is they are absolutely huge. They're one of our longest stems actually, and we want to make it work with the proportion of the vase and obviously the position that you're putting it into your homes. So I'm going to be bringing this down to about 1.5 times the height of the vase itself. And now that means that if I were to bend this stem about there, you may see this the other end of the stem poking out. So what I do with that is I just give it another bend and go the other way, so you end up with like two kind of hairpins going around each other. And I would encourage you to kind of really make that bend as tight as possible. It just makes it much easier to take apart if you ever want to remove any parts. And then what you'll notice here is now that we've got that length about right, our like the sweet gums actually start quite low down, and it just all works much better with the proportion of the vase. And we're going to do that with all of the sweet gum stems. I'm going to have one kind of over this side, the other one towards the back, and probably one coming towards the front a little bit. So again, just giving it a little wiggle, making it as natural as possible. Everything's on a wire, so it's really, really easy to kind of move. A nice hairpin there, another one there, and you can pop it in. So I'm going to have this one about there. Love the colours of these for autumn. And just popping this final one, I'm going to come round to the front, about here. And the other reason I like to get these in early is because of that double bend, if you like, in the stem. It just allows you that slight bit of room to get them in early. So just manipulating that a little bit, make it look and feel natural, like so. And then I'm going to be adding in our catkin branches because these again are really tall, and I want to get those in early to make sure that I'm happy with their positioning. And these add lots of really lovely movement with the lovely catkins on them. Lots of side branches again, and you can move these around. And you may find you need to do the same again with the bend. I'm just going to measure that up against my vase. I might be okay with that one, so I might leave it. And just find a position where you can pop it into. And don't worry too much if they move at this point. Just coming around here to have another one on the other side. It's slightly lower, I would say. Like so. And what I like to also do at this point is have a really good stand back from it, just to make sure that you're definitely happy with the position of those big branches to start with. So I'm going to come around and probably block your view for a moment. And this one just at the back there needs to maybe come out more like so. And I probably don't want this one overhanging as much, so I'm just going to kind of bend that wire up a touch. And then once you've kind of repositioned, just stand back again and make sure that you're happy. Perfect. Next, I'm going to add in the limonium stem, and it's just got that lovely kind of feathery texture to it. It kind of breaks up the architectural branches, and it just adds a real kind of lightness and almost delicacy to the arrangement. So you want to bend out all of these lovely side shoots, just because it adds lots of kind of mass to the arrangement. And you can get, it's a really generous stem, so you can really move it in between the branches, like so. Bring some of them forward. Lovely. And then I'm going to come around to the front and add in our autumn bud spray. So we've got 3 of these, and these are great fillers. And I'm going to be bending them slightly at different lengths and popping them kind of in between our branches. And it just adds that slightly deeper tone of the brown, which I feel like makes the sweet gum and the flaxen, once that go in, it really pops. And then my final one, I'm going to have slightly lower towards the front here. Just adds loads more texture to this arrangement. And then finally, we've got our flaxen grass, which again, just is a lovely filler. And I love the colour tones with the sweet gums in this. And these won't reach the bottom of your vase, but that's absolutely fine. They don't need to. You've got enough stems and structure in here that they'll just all kind of hold into place. So I'm going to have one kind of in here, and all of these spikes are all on wires, so you can really maneuver them into the position that you want them to be. And I have one slightly towards the front. And those spiky little leaves work very nicely. And then my last one is just going to go around the corner on this side. And these have actually also got like slightly dark parts to their flowers, which again makes it all work really nicely with that autumn bud spray, so everything just kind of works really nicely together. So those are all kind of sitting on the outer edge there and kind of just adding like lots of texture to the rest of the arrangement. So yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm just going to stand back and make sure that I'm totally happy with it. And I'm just going to bend this sweet gum slightly that way, just so that it doesn't feel too symmetrical to the other one. But yeah, otherwise I'm really happy with that. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy arranging your stems.